name is Ria Waller, and I'm your instructor for CIT82 Web Technologies online at Fresno City College. So this is an online compressed 9-week course. So normally taught in the 18 weeks, compressed down into 9, which means you get all the content of an 18-week semester in a 9-week format online. So I think it's a really convenient way to take a class like this, but it also means you need to be focused, making sure you're staying up with the work that is offered. But web technologies, I mean, really, how much is the web affecting us individually, us globally, economically, in every possible way we are being affected by the web. And so this class may be for students that are going to go into web development and want to understand kind of the landscape of the web. It may also be taken by students who just realize that they need to have a better understanding and some more in-depth experience in web technology. So whichever path got you here, I'm glad you're here. And so this video is really what I call the week 0 video, and week 0 in this case meaning before the start of the semester. And I like to give these to students so that they know what's needed, they know kind of at least a little about how the course is going to run, and they know about the resources that they're going to need. So if you have been proactive and have looked at the Fresno County or Fresno City College bookstore to realize there's no required textbook for this class, good for you. Okay, so there is a requirement of a resource, but the good news is that resource is completely free. You just have to actually get a Fresno County Library card. Now I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's really the only required materials you'll have for this class. So just keep that in mind. Part of the reason I also do this video for this class is that you could go get that now. I recommend actually going to get that now. Okay, so before I jump in and look at the course and then move on to talk about how to get the library card, I just want to give you a little heads up that this class right now has a low enrollment number. And the dean, who is the dean of the business education, is going to make a decision August 1st. He tells me that if this class is a go or no go. My hope is that it will go, even with a little lower enrollment, because it's an advanced class, but it's out of my hands as far as the decision. So just heads up, I will of course communicate to you as I hear, but even having said that, I believe it will go, but you know, what I believe and what happens isn't always what happens, but I believe it, so I'm hoping it will. But regardless of that, the resource I'm going to show you is good to get, regardless of whether this class goes or not, because if you're here wanting to know and learn more, this is just a really great resource that normally costs people $25 a month, and because we are residents of Fresno County, we can get it for free. So that is great news. All right, so I'm going to move to the course, just give you a little overview of how the weeks flow, and then I'll move on and talk about the Fresno County Library and how you get the card. Okay, all right, so I have the course open in a new tab here, and I've only right now have week 0, this video available. As we get closer to the August 1st, I will probably wait until I hear if the class is a go before I do content for the rest of the first couple weeks, but I have organized already what that content will be, so I feel pretty good about that. So here in week 1, you'll have a lecture and a hands-on and a current topic. So the lecture will be from me, more in depth about how this class works, what you need as far as setting up because you'll need a Gmail. That is a free resource you will need. And then we'll do some just introductions, and then we will watch a video that first week and have a discussion about becoming a web developer. But really it's the second week is a typical week, and this is really what I wanted to show you, is that a typical week in here has a Monday and a Thursday due date. And for each due date, there's 3 items. So you will have a hands-on component to where we actually do some things that you go out and learn. And in this case, first one is more the jobs related to web development, current topics, right? Websites versus web apps, and then a lecture. So this is actually right here, notes the first time you're absolutely going to need that resource that I talked about. Okay, so that's why it's important for you to get it, as soon as you can, because you're going to need it at the start of the second week. But as you can see, this class is chunked by each due date a week, 3 items due per due date. So it's doable for sure. I've had students successfully complete this class. I have had students feel like it is overwhelming, and I'm like, well, it's a 9-week compressed course, so that happens. Now, I have gone through and reviewed the courses from lynda.com that we're going to use, and I'm pretty settled on the ones we're going to use. So like the first one is a really great discussion from a guy, Ray Villalobos, who I actually know, about full stack versus front end. So students that are studying HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, that's really the front end. If you're doing server side, 94. And by the way, JavaScript is 93, HTML and CSS is 85. So it's 82, 85, 93, 94, and 90. So, it's good to know the difference regardless of what path you're on. And again, even if you're just here to learn more, to understand what these things mean. Now, I'm not gonna go through the whole semester. More than anything, I just wanted you to see that that's the way the information is chunked per week. And you can, even before the start of the semester, look at the syllabus to see this listed in a other way. So it is available for you to look at. But one thing I want to go over before I move on to the resource is the way this class is graded. So you are going to have a project that you're going to need to complete, and it's basically a website that is a summary of everything that you've learned in this class. So you will have a site that you will build, and we're going to use a framework called Bootstrap to do that. When you move on to the CIT85, you'll learn how to build sites without frameworks. But in this case, we're going to lean on these frameworks to make our job a little easier. So your current topics that I was talking about before, where we look at kind of that current topics, 25%, hands-on 25%, and then the lectures are 25%. So that's the way this course is. This is the way it's laid out as far as the percentage goes. And then here's the required materials, okay? So again, you can see this now, so you can float through here and look. My schedule will be populated soon, but you can also see, like I was saying, you can look at what classes, what courses in lynda.com we're going to take a look at. So now let me talk about this resource, lynda.com. So I was actually already on a page, but let me just go to the main page of Fresno County Library. So this is a great thing to have, again, regardless of taking this class or not. And you'll need a library card. I found the best way to get it. You can call them, yes, but I found the best way to get it is just to go down there. Okay, so just go down to Mariposa Street in Fresno. Tell them you want a library card. If you already have one, awesome. I'll just tell you one piece you need to make sure. But let's go ahead and get over here and say get a library card. So this is what you get. You get the actual card, and then you get a little mini card, I guess you could say, that you can put on your keychain. But this is the part you're really going to make sure, you really need to make sure you get, which is a PIN number. So your library comes with a number, library card comes with a number, and a PIN personal identification number. And those two things combined is what's going to give you access to lynda.com. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we browse online resources here and we scroll through, by the way, I just want you to, when you're doing this, kind of take a moment to look at the amazing amount of online resources you get through the library that would normally this stuff costs you money. So in this case, we're at the one that we're going to use. Normally, lynda.com is about $25 a month, I think, and that's without some of the resources that they offer as far as resource files, but normally starting $25 a month. All you're going to need, and they say barcode here, I've never needed the barcode, I've only used the PIN. Okay, so what happens, and let me just show you, is once you get your PIN number, your library card number, you might think you just go to lynda.com and log in, but it's not quite that straightforward. Hey, while we're here, let's take a look at, where's their cost? Start my free trial. I just want to look to see where there are plans. I just want to see. Oh, good. They've gone down a little bit. That's not bad. Oh, yeah. Okay. So their basic is here. Their premium, which is, you get all the same things, but you don't have the project files for what we're going to use. So your library card gives you basically this. So it's actually $20 a month. Still a great deal. But my whole point of talking about this was that this link to lynda.com isn't the normal sign in. It's a sign in specifically for people that have the library card and the PIN number. Okay, so your library card and PIN number. So this is how you would log in once you get that. So again, I recommend picking this up now. It's great to have, to level up, to learn. There's so many different topics, including a part of their site that's just on web development, but there's a lot of other good content here as well. Design, business, photography, web development. There's 700 different courses on web development. So great resource that you get for free by just having this Fresno County Library card. So regardless, my suggestion now, go get it. Go get that card. Okay, so if you have any questions for me, you're welcome to email me. Just go to your inbox, select this course, find me, and send me a message before the start of the semester. I will give you other ways to connect with us as a class once the semester starts, but from the middle of summer when I'm recording this to the beginning of the semester, just send me messages if you have a question. Once I get a go or no-go from the dean, then I will provide at least the first couple of weeks of content for you to check out. So anyway, have a great rest of your summer. Hope you enjoy it. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.